Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of CanalTown here in City Skylines. But today guys, we are going to be expanding upon the beach area that we created in the last episode. It actually went pretty well, the design looks pretty cool. We're just going to add some functionality to it. I believe we're going to add all the water and the electricity. I'm going to create some tourist zoned areas for the commercial as well, so you should see some natural kind of hotels spawning up. And just get everything all rocking and rolling. Get some public transport over there. It's going to be freaking amazing. Guys, if you enjoyed this, please smash the like button down below. And if you're under in here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when the next episode does come out. But this is what we built last episode, guys. It looks pretty damn good right now. If I kind of zoom out from this, OMG. The progression that we've made lately has been astronomical. I'm really impressed with it. I really am. But we need to provide all this area with the water and the power. So first things first, we're going to kind of get all the water added in. I also, last episode as well, I don't know if you guys remember, added an asymmetrical road right there, so we got 2 lanes filtering in, which I'm hoping as time goes on, this traffic is going to die down. If there's just a lot of traffic in general because of, you know, what's going on, we have to think of some alternative arrangements to bring in the vehicles in and out of the area. So dropping all that off right now. One thing that we haven't really thought about is the cargo side of things, with having like a cargo station nearby so they can get the goods on and off a little bit easier. So, you know, there's all things we got to think about when it comes to that. But that is not what I'm going to think about today, because I want to build a bit more area, or build a little bit more of this. We've got this bit over here that needs to kind of be placed down. Now, at some point, I want to get a ferry line going along here. We've already got a line running down right now, so having like an additional stop or two with bridges going over on the sides would be a big help for us with getting the passengers to and from this area. But we're going to zone the area first, and we'll do it in small stages. So if I do a smaller kind of section here, like this area here, we could do leisure and tourism. And let me just double check on the actual specializations for these areas. So commercial, we have the ability to do tourism. We've got a wall-to-wall, we've got leisure, organic, and no zoning. So we'll do a tourism one there. Right, and then we'll do because we got the casino over here, we'll do a leisure one over on this side here. That's how we'll kind of set it all up. Now, I do want the ability for them to kind of connect through, and we'll probably set it up via walking, which means I'm going to have to do like a bunch of crossroads and stuff like that. So if I set up, let's just go for here as the middle point. There. Oh, not. I've gone way too far there. Right, there to there. And then from there to there. And that will eventually kind of connect all the way up. We'll do the same on this side as well. So rather than split it with a road, right, we're going to split it with a path. Which, like I said, does mean I have to kind of create some connections for them to cross the road. But if I do it going down this way as well. Alright, do a little bit of a zigzag. A little bit of fun there. And then create some crossings in the road. So here, it would naturally put a crosswalk in anyway. Crossing and a crossing. It all adds it in naturally. So this one here, we're going to add a crossing in. Well, that's stretch, sorry. Crossing, there we go. So there is a middle, so we're going to do a crossing. There is a middle, so we do a crossing. And I might as well do it to that top one because I can see that eventually going up in that direction. And then we just do it over on this side real quick. So our crossing's in by default. Crossing. Crossing. Okay, sweet. So we got that all in, which will kind of split it all up. For the item or the area specialization, we'll do tourism. Well, leisure first over here, tourism here. And we'll just get this to spread down there in case something goes a little bit wrong. And we're going to go high density, believe it or not. I want to go high density, so I'm going to zone all this now the high density commercial. We'll have some normal density, like, normal non-specialized commercial stuff in as well. So place that today. This will be here, normal commercial stuff placed in. And then we'll do a strip here of it as well. There we go. And then we'll do some residential. So the residential can start first over on this side. And that's where we'll start it. We'll bring it up to there. Well, actually, scrap that just there for a second. We'll come back to that because I've got to delete the road that goes underneath. Unless I keep it there, it doesn't really matter. Just got to be a bit careful of where I want the zoning to start and stop. So down to here. And just to there. Just got to quickly sort this road out right now. Because sometimes when you do... Because I built it with the connection tool. And when you build it with the connection tool, sometimes it doesn't quite go to plan. As you can see. And then we'll do all residential going down this way. As well. Bringing it all up. All the way back down. La-di-da-di-da. La-di-da-di-da. Very good, sir. Very good. Get rid of you. So that will be a good start for now. Get the commercial thrown in here as well. This will be a good start for now. So if that was all built up, it would connect via power, but obviously we don't have any power over here, and power is going to be a huge issue trying to get it over. So this will be a good start. So let's, literally begin by placing down some of this power connectivity. So I'm going to bring it from over here, just for the sake of having it connected, and we'll use the back end of all of this here to connect the power up. And that's how we'll do it. Where do we have the zoning in as well? The zoning runs down there. So we'll connect to there and just kind of see where it builds first and where we need to connect it. I could run some power just here real quick to get these guys connected. Power there to get you connected, and eventually we'll delete the power lines when we no longer need them. So run you up to here. To there. So, and then we'll also, oh, there we go, perfect. Power in there. So the majority of it's now going to have it. It's just going to be this in the middle that doesn't have the power. Yes, great success. I'm going to just wait for this to then grow. And then eventually spread and touch one another, and then we'll all have power. So this is the beginning of this area now slowly coming to life, which is pretty cool. So while we wait for that naturally to grow anyway, let's take a look at our connections. So that asymmetrical road seems to have worked out pretty well for us, but we're going to see it build back up again as people start to move in within this area. This connection, for the first time, we'll now start seeing this junction get used like this junction, as they then start going down in this direction. So it's all coming together. It's all going to look pretty damn sweet. So why don't we set up a couple of stops here for this ferry line? Now, hold on, is there a ferry? Oh snap, there's actually a ferry line going back this way, so I don't have to build a new one. I can just add an extension onto these current stops. Oh, this is perfect. Right, shipping. Canal stops. So we'll go with one up here, and then we'll end with one down here. Thus allowing us to place one in here, and then staggering one just there. So that's how we'll do those two. Now, obviously, we're going to have to slightly adjust them. And what I also want to do as well is make sure that they're not halfway hanging over. So, do I want to unhook them? Or just move them? Let me just see. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a reasonable number to adjust them by. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's fair enough, right? So we do need to connect them via road, obviously. Otherwise, the vehicles can't get to them for garbage and police and all that kind of jazz. Right, if I do what I can here for the bend, that will connect into there, then we'll kind of just bring this down and kind of connect it in. So that one will work out wonders for us anyway. Get rid of you. So if I then brought a connection, what am I still on right now? There we go. Just coming off this here. So if I go by a 5 and then 7. Oh, it's not really going to work out, is it? Right, we'll see if we can use a connection tool here. Oh, that's perfect. I mean, I could reduce it, but that's perfect. We'll go with that. So these will just be placeholders for now, these roads. We'll adjust it and change stuff up as time goes on. Now, we are going to need to you know, have a road connection going down here. So I'm wondering if I can kind of follow almost the run of the canal, which I kind of can, which is pretty cool to see. So if I went it to about there, yeah, oh, hang on. Yeah, let's go to about there with the run of that. That's perfectly fine. And I'm going to have then a connection from there to there. Because you've got to get the road connecting. There's no ifs, no buts about it. You're going to have a road connection going on. And we'll do a bridge just there. So that connects perfectly fine. We're going to have a bridge, a footbridge that goes over. But I feel like this road there will then kind of come down. So bringing this, I want it to go down in a straight line, obviously. So if I just go to there. Now I could bend it to run into this, or guys, I bring it down to here, turn it that way, use the connection tool real quick to create me bend. And then I can then bridge across if needs be. I now have just all of a sudden got access to this whole area here. So I'm going to unhook the roads anyway, because I don't want that style of road. So this has turned out to work out pretty well. And the great thing is I don't have to create an additional run. I can just upgrade my current routes to stop off on these stations. I reckon we need them. A road coming out there, and then whatever the bend here would be. 4x4. Right, that works out really well. It ends there, where it's walkable from there straight down. That's the important bit, isn't it? The walkability. So if I brought this out by, let's just go by a 7. A 4x4. To bend round. That just finishes off that area, walking straight down. Guys, this is going to be so connectable right now. This is going to be so connectable. So we need the water just here. Does it connect via power? Oh, it would do if I had a pylon just there. That connects. So that should be okay now. Alright. Yeah, that is now all okay. So with this, we are going to set up, I'll do the bridge on this side. So if I elevated this just by a 4 is fine. There we go. And if I went diagonal, so I can then come down this way, and then I could place like a little bit of a bend just to kind of, you know, do some funsies with it. Why not? I mean, you don't really get much going out of this one. Unless you want to do something like this, but then I can move that back, shorten the bend. There you go. Feels a little bit more modern, doesn't it? It kind of does. And then back to this. Oh, no. Delete that strip. Actually, why was that elevated? Oh, if I run it like that, because I don't want it elevated, I'm just going to run it through just so you can kind of get the pattern there. So there's a stop either side there, and then do the same here. Now I could replicate what I've just done, but I think it'll look a little bit funky at this point. So up by a 4, because it's not too bad. I could do a zigzag. So just think a little bit different, guys. Ziggy zags here, there, and everywhere. If I could throw a node in the middle. There we go. Just there. I could maybe bend, almost create like a Z. Or if you're American, Z. That's pretty fun, isn't it? I like that. I like that. Extend that going across so it kind of fills the gap in the area. In a weird way, I kind of like the little Z that it creates. Right, so now I've got a little bit OTT with my current stops there. Let's have you then stop in here. You obviously stop in there. You stopping in here. And then you stop in just there. So now them two lines now have two additional stops, which will then slightly service this area. Granted, I'll have more going down this way and stuff like that, which will kind of do additional stops and more going that way. But this is the first beginnings of a public transport network in our brand new beach area. And they're also utilizing this road. Interesting. Now that road, if I fully extend it down here, could also work. Could have some more connectivity set up. But it's interesting to see him using that road. It becomes quite handy, which then might alleviate the amount of people using the highway. Maybe, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, we now start to see people coming down this way in this junction. So for the first time ever, we can see if this junction now actually works. And they seem to be stopping here. Do we have traffic lights? No traffic lights. Ah, it's the giveaways, isn't it? So first thing is, allow them to flow through. And allow you guys to flow through. Because there's nothing stopping these two here. I think that's the only thing I've got to sort out. So the way we sort this out is you can do your right turn there without stopping. Oh, there is where the issue lies. So I'll allow it to kind of continue to flow through because we should have the lane management set up. So the only people that crisscross is this section here. So they skedoodle that way. They come that way. These are straight across. They turn in there. They turn there. So the only stopping and starting happens here, allowing the free flowing of the other three directions. So that's kind of how it was all set up. Interesting. Oh, we have traffic lights down here. Oh, okay. We haven't turned off any of the traffic lights down this area, I bet. No. So get rid of them all. I don't want them, boys. I don't want them. There we go. And we'll see how it goes. So are we starting to see people using the ferry systems right now? There's a lot of people walking over to them. So that's quite good. That's real good. So probably not as many people are going to use these ones because there's not really much going on over in this area. And considering that this is meant to be our, what was it meant to be? Our tourism speciality right now. Not much is going on. They're not happy. The leisure is working out, but the tourism not so much. So we've got to wait for a little bit more growth and expansion to come from this. I am going to utilize a little bit more of the offices right now within this vicinity. Bulk the areas up a bit more. Oh, we need some power over here by the looks of it. Have we run out of power again, guys? We have. Wow. Okay, so I feel like I'm tearing through the power lately. I feel like I really am tearing through the power. Make sure it's got water. So that gives an extra 120 megawatts, which won't last long by the sounds of it. Won't last long. So there we go. We can spend some industrial demand over there right now, which will allow us to grow the residential and commercial demand by the beach. So up the price of this ticket right now because we are making some serious cash. And of course, I'm going to throw down some trees in this area, in the park section, to make it feel more outdoorsy than what it actually is. We'll dot a few around because there's a few little gaps here and there. And then we'll just let the rest of the buildings build themselves up and around it. So very good, sir. Very good. Looks pretty nice now. It looks so nice, doesn't it now? Looks so good. Especially with this area now building up. It's going to feel really, really clean. Right. So the additional 2 stops, you might not feel like it or might not think it, but it could add additional strain onto these current ferry lines, meaning I might need additional boats or ferries. Because this one's coming down right now with completely maxed out and filled up. Does anybody get off it? A handful of people get off. It's not great, is it? This one's coming down right now with 50 people on board. So this line details right now. Do I need... Where's that stop? Over here. We need a few more ferries, but I can't get any more on, believe it or not. So that's where you have to then kind of be a little bit smart with all of this. Okay, so if they all want to go in this direction, obviously I can't add any more on. You got to think, okay, so how can I get this line coming down here, this orange route that goes this way and then down here, how can I get more passengers moved on the line? And that's where you got to start thinking about, okay, so what if I bought another line that passes through here but then goes in a slightly different direction? And that's how you can kind of, you know, add more kind of capacity to the line but go in different directions. Like we don't have one that technically goes this length, so I can have this come down here going this way, scheduling through up, and it could then be the one that kind of cuts through this way down and then down again. You know what I mean? That's the stuff that you kind of got to think of when it comes to it. But it's not a headache right now. It's not a huge headache right now because I need to build up more area around here to utilize this canal section. But we are slowly getting there. We are slowly getting there. So this has actually worked out well. And I'm quite impressed. This now all died down. I think the big help has been this road as well. Which will also, vehicles going this way is less vehicles going through this. Which, again, I've said it for the longest time that I might need a roundabout here. But I might have alleviated some of the traffic as well. Which is, again, pretty good. Is there a need? Oh, okay. So that's the issue we get coming from this then. Is the traffic trying to lead out. So what I was going to say was, and actually, would this be a good idea? The 4-lane, let me go industrial. 4-lane road here. Leading that up to there. Is there need for that? Because then anybody coming this way is already on that road. And these guys are just doing a right-hand turn. So what I'll have to do is... one, turn off the traffic lights. Because I've got a slight little idea. I can have them turning that way, and obviously that's to go that way, and that's to go straight on. Or, obviously, turn. But the main thing is, vehicles coming down from this direction, don't crisscross with those guys, alleviating the flow. But what I was suggesting, what if I make this road here then go underground, and then pop back up there? And I could maybe do the same to this, go underground, and pop back up to a connection here. Would that be pushing it too much? Because I'll be completely bypassing the highway, thus putting maybe too much pressure on this. I won't push the boundaries just yet. But it's something that we have to kind of realise and understand. So, with that said, I'm actually going to utilise this area. Oh no, I was going to say utilise the area for like policing, healthcare. But they can't get to this as easy because there's no road connecting it too. So is a road connection worth it? Is a road connection here going to be worth it? I mean, it could, but would that take the edge off? I don't have many issues right now. We'll see how it goes. We'll just see how it goes. But we're slowly starting to get the buildings now appearing. We're starting to get the Hotel Intercontinental. The hotels are slowly starting to build right now as we're satisfying some of these little demands, which is pretty good. How are these guys over here? You guys doing pretty good? Yeah, this junction's pretty cool. So they will stop every so often because obviously they've got to people are crossing the road here and there. But the vehicles shouldn't slow them down as much. Yeah, this is flowing beautifully as well. That's no longer an issue. Yeah. Okay. Weirdly, I'm slightly impressed. Now, I did want to do other additional stuff like building a little marina and stuff like that. But I feel like this area needs to grow a bit more before we can. These guys complain about there's not enough educated workers, which we really do need to add to the residential side of things. We're going to add in some residential here, but I do need to educate more people, which could be a sign of me needing to build an additional university. I mean, we have the one over here. What's stopping me from building one on this peninsula? Or around there? You know, or even here. Or down here. You know what I mean, boys? The trade school university could be built up around there. Which would give me another reason then to fully extend the line coming round for the ferries. Okay, we've got some great plans coming in, boys. We've got some great plans coming in. So, a little bit of a short episode today, but we're going to end it for here anyway, because a lot of stuff in the city now needs to grow, so we'll kind of give it its time to do that. Hope you did enjoy this. If you did, smash a like, put it down below, and until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye!